Hey, my name is PolishLynx and welcome to the irae Amantes. For reasons very well known to me and will be explained in a second, I'm recording in the morning again. So this time I ate the breakfast. Maybe it will be a bit better. And basically worked 4 days in a row, 12 hours. It wasn't possible for me to record overnight, sorry. Was way too dang tired. But still going day after day with videos, so let's go. Having escaped the deathmatch in the arena. Trisa. Kind of makes sense. Trifa plus Lisa, Trisa. Trifa and Lisa re-evaluated the situation as they dashed through the grand corridors of the castle.
もはや説明は不要ですね、リサ。
そうね。あなたはこれを？
ええ、無論気づいていましたよ。黄金連星とはそういうことだ。
これを外に流れ出させる。
Meldal, a hand that swallowed millions of dead, as long as Reinhardt was alive. It would be host an army of eternally resurrecting irae. Its emanation into the physical realm would mark the end of the world. All those that died in the past or would die in the future would turn into his slaves and be forced to wage war for eternity. That was the truth behind the transmutation of gold. And the opening of all 8 swastikas. Immortality and the resurrection of the dead could have only been activated through first being devoured by Reinhardt. Lisa could not help chuckling.
情けない。私の目は60年も閉じていたのね。いや、それとも最初からついてさえいなかったのか。あの2人に一体何を期待していたというのよ。
悪魔に魂を売るとはそういうことです。対価を払う時にならねば、己の愚かさに気づけない。
How about we rebel then, right?
別段、自虐することではありませんよ。
The priest was not trying to elevate the woman's suffering with hollow remarks. He merely stated that it was natural for the half-witted to fall into a trap, that the obsidian table was a gathering place for fools.
これを出された以上、たとえ奇跡が起きて、この絵の一角を崩しても意味がない。バルハラにおいて彼らは不死だ。黄昏とともに無限の復活を繰り返すのがエインフェリア。我々もここで死ねばそれになる。故に詰まされましたよ、ほぼ完全にね。しかもたちが悪いことに、論理上ハイドリ秘境は間違っていない。
Therefore, it would have been silly to accuse him of trickery. All had been inscribed in their pact from the very beginning. Reinhardt, Heydrich, and Karlkraft, the 2 heads of the obsidian table, had never told a single lie. For all their wishes would indeed be granted with the transmutation of gold. In exchange, however, they would need to serve as his slaves in hell.
メフィストフェレス。
They had all signed their names and wishes upon such a contract, and with that they had no excuse. Lisa placed her hand on her chest.
私の子供たちはここにいる。彼らに力を与えたくて、彼らに心を与えたくて、名前も、そして人生も、命を返してあげたくて、私が教えてあげられなかった幸せとぬくもりを知ってほしい。黄金を得ればそれを与えられると思ったんだけどね。
Lacking power herself, Lisa instead placed all her hopes upon the devil. The only reason she believed in him so blindly was because the beast had demonstrated that granting her wish was within his capabilities. And this is where that choice led her. Her eyes had been blinded by the glitter of gold. Her mind had been infected by its divine luster. And an eternity in hellfire was the fate of all those like her. It was an inevitability of it to the point of tedium.
ではどうします？
kick some asses and such. Lisa stopped in a place as she heard those words. The priest stopped as well and considered her with an emotionless face.
あなたの望みは叶わない。火にくべた幼子たちを救うため、我が子すら切り捨てた結果がそれだ。そこにあるという子供たち、彼らを城に放ることなどできぬでしょう。それではイザークと全く同じ運命だ。
He knows surprisingly a lot.
この場における選択とその着地点、あなたはどう定めている？まさかいやおうもない状況なので、とりあえず当座の生存のみを念頭に置いて、あとは棚上げなどと考えているわけではないでしょう。あなたはあなたでなかなかにしたたかな女性であると私はよく知っていますよ。
Lisa stayed silent for a few moments, then slowly parted her lips.
あなたは前から気づいていたと言ったからには相応の策と方針があったんでしょ。あなたがその点に抑えないのを私はよく知っている。まさか今どうしようもないので途方に暮れているなんてことはないわよね。
もちろんと言いたいのは山々ですが。
Trifa adjusted his glasses, making a bright smile.
策などもはやないに等しい。いや実際に私の構想は数日前に破綻している。自らそうさせてしまった。まさに痛恨というやつです。
I think he has one last hope for, and that hope is not in the castle yet. Despite the priest's meek remark, there was no despair in his eyes. Liz had no idea what the man had been planning, but she could definitely tell that he had not given up yet.
まあ一種の賭けだったのですよ。私の中である一つの疑念が生じてしまった。これを放置したまま先に進むことはできない。そうすれば私の渇望に亀裂が走る。故に試した。私にとって最重要な駒の未来を運命とやらという才の目にね。その結果が吉と出ればそれでよし。私は迷わず信じるままに己が正義を執行する。だが今日と出れば。
Lisa finished the sentence for him.
ハイドリヒ教を倒す。
ええ、あなたと同じだ、リザ。
For a moment, the two halted their breathing, their consciousness momentarily wavered, and the field of their vision grew hazy, nearly sending them to their knees. They were by no means assaulted by an inexplicable attack, of course. Their own bodies rejected the very thought of what Trifa had uttered.
情けないわね。
ええ、本当に情けない。
Sweat erupted from the very pore on their bodies. Their tongues were paralyzed, their hearts beat so fast that they could have exploded at any moment. The extremities of their limbs grew cold and numb. The two uttered words of rebellion inside the very boat of their master. They could no longer turn back. Yet? Yet the two laughed, ignoring their pale faces and trembling shoulders, paid no heed to their screaming souls. All they did was laugh. For they both realized a certain something, that up until now they had been living corpses, that the resolve burning in their hearts had brought them back alive. They understood to a sickening degree that defeating Lord Hydrich was impossible. No one could match him. He was a beast that existed on a dimension of his own. It was beyond the wildest dreams of any mortal to ever reach his level. They could never defeat him, regardless of how events would unfold. But, so what? Was it better to return to being slaves and grovel before him, begging for forgiveness? Nay, for serving him was exactly what led them to this outcome. They could no longer turn a blind eye to the architect or their misery.
結局私は逃げたのだ。わかりやすすぎるほど良然なのに取るべき道を選ばなかった。
こんな格好に身を包んで聖職者みたいな顔をして当たり前のことをしなかった。
She should have sent the spirits of her beloved children to the other world with a blessing. She ought to have prayed for their passing so they could rest in peace. And to achieve that, now she had to destroy this all-devouring hell. She finally realized the true path to atonement, or rather she was made to realize. By the choice of a girl who had been the feeblest of them all.
レアは強い子ね。
ええ、彼女が誰よりも一番早くハイドリ秘境に立ち向かうことを選択した。いや、もしかしたらキルヒ愛禅教なのですかな。どちらにせよ我々には及びもつかない強さだ。まあとはいえこの状況に後悔がないといえば嘘ですがね。
Come on, no regrets, man. Trifa shrugged his shoulders in mock resignation. Lisa could not help but chuckle at his display.
ええ、そうでしょうよ。詳しくは聞かないけど、どうせ私に知られたらまずいことでもあれこれ考えていたんでしょ。自業自得だと思いなさい。心配しなくてもあなたの逃げ癖がそんな簡単に治るだなんて思っちゃいないわ。ギリギリまで悩んで迷って都合のいい手が見つかれば遠慮なく前言撤回すればいい。そういうあなたの方が頼もしい。まさか本当に勝機なしで何の計算もなくこんなことをしてるわけじゃないでしょ。
それは確かにそうですがね。
じゃあ期待してるわよ。かっこつけただけで結果は犬死にの玉砕だなんて冗談じゃないから。
Lisa bounced her fist against Trifa's chest, who regarded her with a troubled smile.
60年ぶりね、バレリアン。また会えて嬉しいわ。あなたはこの中でとうに溶けたか消えてしまったんじゃないかと思っていたけど、友達が一人生き返った。今はそれだけで十分よ。さっき策はないに等しいって、つまりゼロじゃないってことだものね。
策というか他力本願というか。
Trifa took a few steps forward with a troubled smile and, as if trying to escape Lisa's smile, addressed her from behind.
ともかくまずはテレジアを城から出さねば始まらない。あなたの前で口にしたくはありませんが、このままではイザークに捕まる。いや、もう遅いかもしれない。彼は恐ろしい存在です。善悪を問うべきものではないのでしょうが、今や城そのものだ。当然分かっているし聞こえていることでしょうよ。あなたがここにいることも城を落とすと決めたことも、二度までも母から捨てられたバスタルト。これが検問でない方がおかしい。
そうね。
Lisa's voice, coming from behind Trifa, rang as a declaration rigid and steadfast.
あの子も救ってあげないといけないわね。60年もこんなところで一人っきりだから、みんな残らず飲み込もうなんて考える。
ハイドリ秘境と同じようにね。
And so the two reached the gates at the end of the long hall. They took deep breaths and pushed them open together. The iron frame was seething hot, merely touching it gave rise to smoke and scorched their palms. Almost as if Inferno itself awaited them beyond that threshold. Both Lisa and Trick understood full well what it meant. They would meet the second guard of this place, the Crimson Champion, her rage like seething hellfire.
Lisa.
Yet Trifa, paying no attention to the annoying heat, addressed Lisa with the coldness of countenances.
結局父親は誰だったのです。
He was the first one to ever ask her that question. Only Rea was vaguely aware of the answer due to the two's earlier conversation. No one else could claim to know a single thing with utmost certainty. It was the biggest mystery of sitting around table. Everyone had their suspicions, but no one dared to ask. Who was the father of the original Sonnenkind? Isaac. And why did Trifa wish to know it now? In response to all those questions. Holy shit! Well, we know who that is. That person. One person was called that name already. The name we can't hear, damn it! Lisa's immediate answer was drowned out by the creaking of the humongous gates. And in the next moment, a fireball of incandescent flames crushed them, as if trying to evaporate the answer from existence. Her voice was the first thing that reached me. It seemed like I had lost consciousness as the giant whirlpool of nothingness swallowed me. Mary screamed into my ear as if trying to warn me of a fire. It seemed like she was quite upset, as I could feel her arms violently shaking my numb body. Apparently she thought I had died, but there was no need to worry. I was fine. I just need a moment to open my eyes and... I raised my upper body as if diving out of a deep sea. My vision was still shaking all over, and I had trouble focusing on one particular spot. It seemed like my semicircular canals had been driven into panic by that early experience. I could feel bile rise up my throat. I still had trouble taking in the situation, but I could tell there was something very off about this place. This didn't seem anything like the amusement park that I was supposed to be at. I couldn't let that pass. I still felt dizzy, blood dancing in my head, but ignored the dreadful sensation that went on. Bitter memories resurfaced in my consciousness. How could I forget? It had only been a few days. He had robbed me of her once. We were together again, but I didn't know what he might have done to her while we were separated. All sorts of shit went down soon after I was reunited with her, and I never had the chance to ask and clear things up. I was suspicious from the get-go, sure, but I ended up putting off that particular issue. Mari processed a violent wave of the hand. She tried to argue that I wasn't at fault, but it didn't change the fact that I turned my back on an abnormal situation. Since then, Mari had been behaving much more human. I don't think it was a bad thing, so despite being perplexed, I never questioned it much. On second thought, for it was indeed pretty unusual, all things considered. And if it was odd, that made it imperative that something similarly odd must have happened to her. If that was caused by Reinhardt, there was no way it could have been anything good. As such, I had to clear things up. Mari placed her hand on her chest and fell in deep thought. After me finally found the right word, she slowly parted her lips.
私自身、不思議なの。知らなかった気持ちがいっぱい溢れてくるの。初めて自分の血を見たみたいな、そういう感覚。それに、レンの気持ちも、この穴に入ってくるの。だから伝わるよ。考えてること。私の中にレンが響いて、私の中が溶かされてる。ずっと石ころだったけど、だんだん水になってるみたいな。ごめん、わからないよね。こんな下手くそな説明じゃ。
いや。
It wasn't like I didn't understand a thing. Red had drilled a hole in her chest, and my emotions, which it absorbed, had been casting a shadow on her own heart. You could say that Mari had been like a diamond till now, too hard to be heard or melted. Beautiful but secluded, my feelings would bounce off her hard surface, never reaching her core. But Red had drilled a hole in her, and now my emotions had been causing chaos within her. My emotions were all most likely projected somewhere in the purest, most childlike part of her soul, like a dark shadow. And now she had begun to melt. Her metaphor about stones and water basically meant that getting to know a dullard like me helped her comprehend humans and their emotions in general.
わかるよ。なんとなくだけど、災難だったな。
そんなことない。私嬉しいよ。でも、レンは嫌じゃない？
恥ずかしいだけさ。
Mari could probably read me like an open book, which made me anxious about showing her something she wouldn't like.
不快じゃないよ。
I couldn't say I liked the idea of that bastard playing Cupid for us, but it would make Mari and I grow closer to each other, so I wouldn't complain. Red had told me that all he desired was a worthy opponent. He probably made us stronger, so we'd be juicier when he devoured us. Well, the joke would be on him when he choked on his own blood. As I slowly comprehended the nature of Mari's exchange, I suddenly realized another thing.
それで、つまりここはラインハルトの世界なんだな。
My dizziness slowly abated, and I could finally concentrate my attention on our surroundings. It seemed like we were in some sort of luxurious place. Palace, sorry.
私の作った私の世界に今もあるか。思い出したよ。確かにあいつはそう言っていた。
In short, Reinhardt was somewhere around here.
あいつが俺たちをここに引きずり込んだのか。
わからない。どうだろう。そうだとしても、半分半分。ただ、ここは怖いところだよ。ねえ、人間って死んだらどうなると思う？
Yes.
どうって。
I hesitated. After all, she herself was already something akin to a ghost.
誰もわからないんだよね。
Ignoring my troubled expression, she continued with a hint of self-scorn in her voice.
死にたくないってみんな思う。今なら私もその気持ちがわかる。じゃあどうしてって考えたら、それはどうなるかわからないからなんだよ。わからないから怖い。わからないから避けたい。自分がそんな目に遭うのは不安だし、大事な誰かがいなくなっちゃうのも嫌だ。消えてなくなっちゃうかもしれない。一人きりになっちゃうかもしれない。引き離されたまま、二度と会えなくなったらどうしよう。レンと一度話されたから、その気持ち、よくわかる。寂しくて、辛くて、震えちゃうよね。だからみんな考える。
About the afterlife. About striving to summon a path beyond that precipice. To ponder death was only human.
ここはそれなんだよ、レン。
Mari lowered her voice, not on purpose though. She couldn't help being awed by this ominous world.
死んだらどうなるかわからないから、死にたくない。
That's kinda true. We didn't want others to die because we didn't know what awaited them.
だからそれに答えをあげる。心配いらない。 誰も離れ離れになんかさせない。私は全てを愛している。あの人はそう思ってるんだって感じたよ。
I might not have been the sharpest tool in the shed, but even I could tell what that meant.
これが答えかよ。
Immortality and resurrection. An eternal afterlife. Everyone would melt into this hellhole and remain a part of it forever.
ここはお城だよね。
We could not see beyond this hole. Mari tossed her head up, scrutinizing the tall ceiling that reminded me of an ancient temple.
健在は死んだ人の魂。数えきれないくらいたくさんいるよ。
What better word to describe this place than hell? This was the castle of the dead, and we'd been swallowed by it. Luckily, we seem to still be alive, at least.
ここで死んだら、俺たちも城の一部に。
多分、きっとそうなるよ。
In that case, Reinhardt's return most likely meant expanding, or rather emanating this castle into the physical realm. I know such a thing was possible, but it certainly sounded apocalyptic, with fire and brimstone and all.
っていうか、外は大丈夫なのか？
I had a hard time imagining the city being fine after having a thing like this suddenly land on it.
多分、まだ平気だよ。このお城、ずれてるから。
ずれる？
だから、ここは本当ならありえないものでしょ？外側とは理屈が違うから、ずれてるの。少なくとも、まだ今は。完全に出てきちゃったらどうなるかわからないけど、今吸い込まれたのは、私たちと、あと何人かだけ。
現状、それが限界ってわけか。
Right, I remember that disembodied voice Wilhelm called Isaac, saying something about opening the fifth location. The swastika had yet to bloom in perfect shape, which meant that the castle too was imperfect. I had no idea what it meant to be swallowed by this place, but I guess it might have just given us a chance, depending on how we looked at it. Rather, now was the perfect opportunity to end them all in one fell swoop. I didn't exactly have time to seal my heart due to the abruptness and unexpectedness of this phenomenon, but
どうする？レン。
I gave Mari a hard look and mustered a brief sentence.
ラインハルト、倒そう。
Otherwise, I wouldn't have been able to stop my voice from shaking.
あいつはまだ完全じゃないんだから、今しかない。それに今やらないと、外がどうなるかわからない。
In short, we had no choice. I was about to venture off to find an opponent who swept the floor with me just the other day, and with no plan in mind to boot, yet there was simply nothing else I could do.
ラインハルトに俺たちを殺す意図があるかどうかはわからないけど。
If anything, I felt like he tried to preserve us until we grew strong enough to make him finally unleash his full power.
楽観してたら絶対ダメだ。半端な気持ちでいたら死んでしまう。マリー、一緒に来てくれるか？
Mari nodded after a slight pause, then clasped my extended hand. She had been shivering, she was scared. I couldn't shake the terror from my heart, which meant it affected her as well. Pathetic. I could put on a tough act all I wanted, but she'd see through all my sorry attempts in an instant.
だけどレン、よく考えて。本当にそれでいいの？ここには今、先輩もいるみたいだよ。
I suspected as much.
二頭を追う者はか。
I remembered what Usaka told me. The last time I heard it, I lost Kasumi and the others. Hell, I still had no idea what happened to them. And now I was forced to make another choice. Should I prioritize defeating Reinhardt or rescuing Himura? Logically thinking, I would have to choose the former. Defeating Reinhardt would also free Himura in the process. But would something that naive really work? If I had to take a realistic look at the situation, rather than risking everything in a hopeless fight, I should prioritize a rescue that was at least somewhat feasible. In the long run, for that would make Reinhardt even harder to kill later, and would also likely result in the misery of countless innocent people.
俺は
What should I do? Defeat Reinhardt, rescue Himura. You know what? even right now, without looking at what should I do according to complete that route, the fact that they wrote Reahimura, so the full name, makes me suspicious that would be the correct choice here. So, yeah. Yeah, I actually am right. Okay, let's go.
わかった。
Martin nodded, give me a gentle smile. And my mouse is going berserk again.
じゃあ、これは覚えておいて。レンの心の一番深いところにある望み。それを強く思ってほしいの。
俺の望み？
そう。ここはね、あの人の望みが形になった世界。だからレンも、それを強く思ってないと取り込まれちゃうし、今選んだことを果たせないよ。ごめん。なんだかわからないことばかり言ってるやつだと思ってるかもしれないけど、そんな気がするの。
Come on, that was an easy explanation, girl.
ああ、わかったよ。
My wish, the world I prayed for. I had to visualize it in my thoughts, believe in it. I suppose that makes sense in a way. Losing one's will in an insane place like this would be, certain death anyway.
俺の世界ね。
If I had a strong enough image and conviction, this hellhole wouldn't be able to swallow me.
レンの望みは？
簡単さ。
Embarrassing or not, it was the truth. I looked Mari straight in the eye and...
日常楽しかったんだよ。霞がいて、四郎がいて、先輩がいて、今はマリーもいる。
I figured I should add Honjo to the group as well. We hadn't talked much, but as Shiro's girl, she was already one of us. She had her issues, but I still wish to include her as an indispensable part of my ideal world. My eternal moment.
いつか終わるかもしれないなんて考えたくないんだよ。一期一会だからこそ、その一瞬を大事にしたい。それがずっと続けばいいと思ってる。
My wish was a very simple one.
時間が止まればいいと思ってるんだ。
今も？
ああ、マリーとこうしてる今も大事。だからこんなふざけた状態を終わらせたい。早くまた前に戻って、全部元通りになるように。
そこに私は？
He just said!
いるさ、当たり前だろう。一人も欠けちゃいけない。それを強く願うよ。俺が望んでるのは、そういうこと。
Mari listened to my ridiculous wish. Her smile part embarrassed, part troubled.
素敵だね。レンらしい。
そうか。たまに頭おかしいって突っ込むやつもいるんだけど。
Shiro, for example. That great bastard went to insane lands to ruin everything for me. No wonder he fought all the night. But my world wouldn't be complete without him around. It was like saying you loved swords, but couldn't handle sharp edges because they were dangerous. Time would run out, and blades would lead to injury. One could not genuinely love the concept while ignoring the causality behind it.
どれだけ楽しい時間でも、いずれ終わって流れてく。それが分かってるから好きなんだ。刹那ってのが。その瞬間こそ永遠であってほしいって。まあ、そういうことだよ。マリは？
Embarrassed by my own corniness, I promptly changed the subject. Well, yet instead of answering, she
内緒。
made an impish smile in return.
でも、そうだね。私はみんなのそういう気持ちを守れたらいいなって思うよ。ちょっと偉そうかな。
いや。
Her words remind me of an all-loving goddess. They fit her awfully well.
じゃあ、行こうか。
私頑張るから。
And so we proceeded deeper into the demonic castle. I had to carry out my objective no matter what. Yet there still was a little thing gnawing at my heart.
なあ、マリーさ。
何？
How she told me about protecting everyone's feelings. It almost seemed as if she wished to carry everything on her shoulders.
あんまり無茶はすんなよ。
レンに言われたくないです。
Once a worry like that crept into one's mind, it was awfully hard to shake it off. And my heart sank into a trance like depths of intense concentration, recalling memories thought to be lost in the untended corners of my mind. That by itself wasn't so strange. Reminiscing about them and expanding the core of one's craving was an essential part of molding it into a creation figment. As such, there was nothing strange about remembering these things, given the abnormality of my present situation. Those memories had merely sunk so deep into the recesses of my mind that it had been a great while since I actively acknowledged them. I merely focused on my mind to the extent that they ended up gushing forth as well. My current foes were simply that powerful. There was nothing more to it than that.
つまりお前は野獣馬根性で見物人を決め込んでいたら巻き添えでくだらない目にあったと。要するにそういうわけかよ、アンナ。
The year was 1939, shortly after the incident that would change Anna Maria Schweglin's life, her meeting with Reinhard Heydrich and Carcraft.
こっちはいい迷惑だな。身内からゲシュタポなんぞにしょっぴかれる間抜けが出ると、後々難癖をつけられかねない。俺の怠惰な日常をかき回してくれるなよ。反省してくれ。
Okay, you've got to be shitting me right now. The full-mouthed man was her colleague in a sense. They both served at the Bureau for the Study of Ancestral Heritage, also known as the Achnenerbe.
だがまあ、帝国の悪名高き斬首官殿の元から生還したのは褒めてやる。全体の1割もいないそうじゃないか。生きてあそこから出られたのは。
He made a mocking smile as if implying this called for a celebration. He was indeed a very old man, still a child as far as Anna was concerned, yet in possession of no extraordinary abilities to speak of. Nonetheless, he would always end up gaining the upper hand during all their little chats. He was not a bad man, but he had a full mouth, and was no stranger to sarcasm or being out of line. Naturally, Anna was not of the age to mind such superficial matters, yet strangely enough, she found herself smiling during their conversations. There was something mysterious and intangibly fascinating about the man that captivated her.
けど、面倒だな。どうせこの先、俺らも軍事利用されるんだろう。ここはただの収集家が寄り集まってるだけだってのに。レーベンスボルンを見てみろよ。あれなんか、元は福祉施設だったんだぜ。それが今じゃ、天才作るにはどうたらいうネジの飛んだ理念に汚染され始めてる。ここをおかしな方向に転がすのだって、そう難しくはないだろうさ。知ってるか？日本じゃアメリカの大将を受殺する儀式だか魔法だかを、坊さんらがマジにやろうとしてるらしい。近頃言われ始めたノストラダムスの予言云々も、それと似たようなもんだろう。いわば今は、幻想と科学が入れ替わろうとしてる過渡期だな。だからこの二つが同意に存在して融合する。人類史上何度かあったろう混沌の季節だ。俺らはさしずめ呪われた伝説の武器とやらを解析して汎用化する現代最先端のバカにしていただけるわけだ。魔術師、錬金術師、諸先輩方はそういう名で呼ばれたが、後世俺らにはどんな名前がつくのかね。
He had no idea that a true magician had been standing right in front of him. Neither did Anna feel like enlightening him.
何にせよ、そうなったら困るよな。
There was no reason for her to unveil her secrets just so she could gloat. Only federate magicians would reveal something so foolish. Secrets were a fundamental part of sorcery, and so she held her tongue. They had known each other for a while, but the man had yet to begin doubting Anna Schweglin's identity as a perfectly everyday woman.
仮にそういうものがあったとしても、俺は集める側で、めでる側だ。自分自身が幻想になろうなんて思わない。アンナ、お前もここにいる以上はそうだろう。
Anna answered with a vague smile. She could not believe that the words of such a foolish man made her falter, which added yet another pellet to the past deposit assembling in her heart.
遺産はありし日の輝きを内包したまま止まっている。それがいい。彼らは永遠だ。俺は永遠に憧れる刹那でいたい。
That was one of the main reasons she thought him an old man. He adored ephemerality despite being in love with eternity. He rejoiced at the transient nature of life, but yearned for something eternal. Nonetheless, he rejected the notion of walking the same path forever. In short, he wished to stop time. He couldn't stand apart with the fleeting moments he so cherished. Instead of admiring the rushing scenery, he would rather have it all stop at the one scene that was his favorite, so he could marvel at it for an eternity. He would rather look at the picture than what went on outside the window of a car. Indeed, his disposition fit the job of a curator very well. There could have not been a more apt man to serve an institute of archaeological and cultural history. In a way, one could call him an overgrown child, the naivete of his craving clashed with reality, doomed to failure from the start. He still clung to a wish that most people stuffed into the deepest recesses of their mind to be forgotten. His stubbornness at this point was almost commendable, his obsession with the heritage and his work exceeding the comprehension of an average man. And so, Anna could not help asking whether he thought his birth had anything to do with that obsession.
さあね。だが、だとしても、俺の遺伝子が見てきたのは血の記憶だぜ。
Apparently he came from a long lineage of judicial executioners. What? Don't tell me. Maybe he's French as well. His genes might have remembered the split blood of thousands, and in turn made him fall in love with the ephemerality of life. All men were mortal, yet that was precisely why their stars sought to burn the brightest in life before guttering out. He wished for that light to remain unending and immutable. One could interpret this as grieving for the ephemerality of human lives, or the logic of a killer seduced by the glitter of the guillotine. To Anna, both points of view rang true and false at the same time. Meanwhile, he continued in his usual sarcastic tone.
ともかく、これから慌ただしくなるだろうさ。俺もお前も立ち回りには気をつけないとな。
He had a premonition that their humble establishment would be swallowed and plunged into the darkest depths of the German Empire.
だから嫌なんだ、激動ってのは。お前とこうして話してる今、そう悪くないと思ってたんだがな。
All he wished for was to collect all of the moments immortalized by artifacts of the past and marveled at them in seclusion.
俺は幻想になりたくないが、時の止まった普遍は好きだよ。
What would have happened if Anna confessed that she herself was the kind of phantasm the man both dreaded and revered? Would he love her as a witch who would remain unchanged for eternity, or detest her for the exact same reason? Anna could barely contain her curiosity. She wished to tell the man everything, and observe his reaction to the slightest detail. Those were her honest feelings, and yet...
本当。あなたは変人ね。
In that moment she chose to remain silent. She let the man, her soul anchored to reality, slip through her fingers.
お前に言われたくないぞ、アンナ。
Yet the man and his philosophy remained in the deepest recesses of Anna Maria Schweglin's mind like sediment. In the end, he was an average man. His craving for eternal moments might have been a rarity among mankind, but it could not stave off mortality. As far as Rusalka knew, he was shot and killed as a private in some meaningless battle a few years after this conversation. He might have wished for eternity, but in the end he had no choice but to step beyond the precipice. The two of them lived in different realms. It was inevitable that he would leave Rusalka behind. And that fact frustrated her even only slightly. After all, executions were the sworn enemies of witches, and she let a man like that go unhindered. She allowed him to vanish like a flash of light. There was nothing more to it. The episode meant nothing to her. It was a mere remnant left from her previous life, yet she found it impossible to expunge it from her mind. Rusalka Schweglin's own memories seemed to have immortalized the man's obsession with eternally unchanging moments. Well, the current unchanging moment will be to end the episode in probably a good moment of the game. We will be back to Rusalka in the next one. For now, I hope you enjoyed it, and see you then! So tomorrow, basically. Bye bye.